So, for my PCP, for my personal creative project, I decided to do a semi in-depth tutorial over Destiny 2, as you can see on my screen. So I decided to do it more of a form in these slides, and I'm going to be summarizing some of the slides because they get very long. The more that we get into them. Also, the pic it's hard to get the pictures for it, so I got them off of Google, so I'm not claiming them as mine. They're just some I got off Google. I want to make that clear now. So all this is going to cover is whatever the stuff that the Destiny tutorials not cover, and also things that I know people might not be able to figure out on their own or might not easily figure out. So the very simple is that this is your character's inventory. As you can see, it's kind of simple. But the first thing is we have your power level. It is basically your gear score, or basically the sum of the level of all your gear. It can also be boosted by your artifact. We'll get on that in a second. So there is 6 different stats for your character. Mobility is just jump height and increase your character speed. If you're the hunter class, it'll speed up your class ability regen. Resilience will allow you to take more damage, and if you're a timing class, will speed up your class ability regen. Recovery will increase the amount of health you'll get back when you start regenerating. It also speeds up the warlock's class ability regen. The discipline will help you get your grenade back faster. Intellect will help you get your super back faster. Strength will help you get your melee charge back faster. And these are in order. So mobility is the 2 arrows, resilience is the shield, recovery is the little plus sign, and then so on. So this is your seasonal artifact. It was on the bottom left of the character screen. It can increase your how much the light or your power level by a flat amount. It'll also allow you to have access to mods, or enhanced mods, as I should say, for your armor. It'll also allow you access to 3 different mod types that are helpful when defeating certain enemies called champions. Champions are just enemies that have a certain gimmick, so Overload will constantly regen and teleport constantly. Unstoppable will charge towards you, can't be staggered, and it'll take reduced damage. Sorry. The barrier, when it gets down to a certain health point, will produce a barrier that cannot be breached by normal weapon fire. So you'll have to use one of these mods to do it, to stun them. Overload is the little circle here. Unstoppable is the square behind these, and then anti-barrier is the triangle. You don't really need these mods to defeat these champions, but it makes it way easier if you do have them. Also, there are certain exotics that already have one of these effects, one of these anti-champion effects on them. This is the energy bar. Every armor piece and your ghost will have it. Like it says, it'll dictate what mods you have, and the mods will dictate how much energy it takes by a little number in the top right corner. The first slot, like it says, can increase one of your armor stats. The next 2 are weapons like mods like holsters, which will slowly reload ammo to the weapon it's dictates does. trying to find the right wording. Or some other effects like carrying more ammo for a certain weapon type, or even finding more ammo for a certain type. There is a fourth and fifth one. The fourth one is more trying to think here. I forget what it's called, but it basically allows you to enhance your combat in different ways. Like getting these things called charges of light, which can increase your damage for certain weapons, or giving you health, or dropping a little orange ball that you can shoot and it'll detonate and kill any enemies in the immediate vicinity. Then there's the final mod slot would be for raid armor, which will just allow you to do certain effects in raids, or let you help you do stuff in raids. As like any RPG, there's 5 different rarities: common, uncommon, rare, legendary, exotic. Your entire loadout will for the majority of the time consist of only legendaries. The exceptions can be your ghost, your sparrow, and your ship, as those do not count towards the exotic number, which I'll explain in a second. Exotics get their own slide because, as it says, you can only equip 1 weapon and 1 armor piece at any given time, because they have this like special perks that really enhance your build. Every weapon will drop with perks. They're going to be random, so you can get some very good rolls, or you can get bad rolls. So sometimes you just need to you might need to get familiar with the perks, or which perks are good on which. I unfortunately do not know that, as I don't really pay attention. I just kind of find the roll that I like. There are many different weapon types. As you can see right here, I don't have any recommendations on which to use. It's up to you how you feel with which weapon. And it looks like that's it. So I'm going to go through this real quick one more time, just clicking each slide, so if you want to stop and read it more, you can. So how I got this idea for my project, or my Genius Hour, is namely that during a certain activity called a raid that I'm not going to go over, I would always be the person to teach someone who doesn't know what they're doing what to do for the encounters. So I just kind of expanded on that, because I know that it can be very difficult having all these sort of numbers and other other attributes of the game just put on you all at once. I was there for a lot of them when they were first introduced, so I know how I got used to them. It was pretty difficult to decide what my personal creative project would be, because I didn't really know what kind of direction to go with this. It was very interesting. The most difficult challenge that I had to face is really just figuring out what to add into these slides and what to not add, as there is much more than this. This was just what I felt like would help players get into the game, or know what to do while they were in the game. I don't have any really other ideas for creative projects. Maybe I'll add on to this or enhance it in some ways. But yeah, this is all. This was pretty fun making this, actually.